Hi everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to show you the BProVe integration in Apromore. BProVe is a tool that allows to verify correctness properties over BPMN models, and we integrated these functionalities into the Apromore Advanced Process Model repository. This is the Apromore platform and this is the portal environment. Here we can select models. Let's select the first one. This is a simple model with a few BPMN elements, but it presents correctness violations. So we will use it as a simple first example in this tutorial. Let's run our BProVe plugin for Apromore. We just need to click over this icon and a menu pops up. Clicking over this icon allows us to interact with the BProVe tool. Actually, our first call to the BProVe web service is done. This first call actually sends this model that we have designed to the BProVe web service, and it will return a parsed model. This menu is mainly divided in three parts. One that is dedicated to non-domain dependent properties, another one that is dedicated to domain dependent properties, which are strictly related to the model that we are analyzing, and the final part where at first the parsed model is reported, and with the next call to the BProVe web service, which is achieved by clicking over the other buttons of the menu, the result of the property verification is displayed. We can verify different properties, and when the result is false, also a counterexample is displayed, which means that the trace with all the elements that violate the property is highlighted. So in this case we try to verify if a process reported in this model can reach the end state, and in this case it cannot, since the control flow remains stuck at the parallel gateway. We can verify other properties. For example, we can check if the task named T2 can always be enabled, and it is false, since it is not true that in every path of the BPMN model the task T2 is traversed. We can check the same property over task T3, and as you can see, it is always false, since it's not true that task T3 will always be enabled. We can also check if the execution of task T1 implies the execution of task T2, and this is again false, because it's not true that every time T1 is executed, also T2 is executed. We can verify other properties such as no dead activities, and this is true because there is at least one path in the BPMN model which enables the execution of each task. We can verify other properties like option to complete, which means that it should always be true that the process can reach an end state, and this is actually false, as we have seen before. We can test the proper completion property, which tells that if the process reaches the end state, it will have no activities still running in the process. This is true. We can also check the safeness property. Also, safeness is true because in the process model there will be at most one token per each sequence flow. Let's now go to a more complex example. So let's pick the second model. This model reports a scenario where a travel agency organization collaborates with a customer and an airline organization for a travel offer service. As you can see, there is the travel agency which sends a travel offer to the customer, which checks the offer, and then he can reject the offer, so the process will end. Otherwise, he can accept the offer, so book the travel, which will impose the travel agency to confirm the booking, and this will go on with the customer paying the travel and the travel agency requesting a ticket to the airline, which can handle the payment, and for some reason he can abort the process, or you can confirm the payment to the customer, so the process will end successfully. Let's click on the BProVe icon. This opens up the menu. So we have the parsed model. This is a bit bigger than the previous one. We can now try to verify some properties over the whole collaboration. Let's check if a process in the collaboration can always start. BProVe says yes, it's true. It gives you also the time. We can check now if a process in the collaboration can end, and this is also true. Let's check now if all the processes in the collaboration can always reach an end, and this is not true. Let's see why. because the travel agency can make an offer to the customer, so the customer can check the offer, reject it, and then the process will end. But actually the airline process has never started, so it cannot reach an end. Let's check now if the travel agency process can always end, and BProVe says yes. Let's check now if the airline process can always start, and as we said before, it cannot. Let's check now if the process of the customer can always reach an end. And this is not true, because even if the customer wants to book the travel, the communication starts, so everything goes on until the airline process is started. But the airline, for some reason, can actually abort the process without notifying the customer. So the customer will never receive the confirmation for payment, and it will never end. We can also check other properties over single tasks. For example, we can verify if the task named book travel can always complete. Let's check this, and it is actually false, because the customer can also reject the offer. And if he rejects the offer, the book travel activity will never be enabled, so it will never be completed. Let's verify now safeness over the collaboration. And safeness is actually true, because there will be at most one token over each sequence flow. So this is all. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you to use this tool and provide us with feedback. Thank you.